1. CosMcs. When McDonald's debuted CosMcs in late 2023, it was touted as a Gen Z Starbucks, a futuristic drink-focused branch aimed at the iced latte crowd with cosmic flair and pastel branding. The experiment, however, came to an end quietly in the summer of 2025. All 5 test locations have closed, and McDonald's officially discontinued the CosMcs app in June. Despite initial social media excitement, foot traffic failed to meet internal expectations. The $1.5 billion project was viewed as a distraction by stockholders who were already concerned about labor expenses and international logistics. According to internal leaks, McDonald's saw less than half of its estimated income per shop, and customer retention was awful. Critics contend that CosMc's never had a true identity beyond quirky marketing and high-priced energy drinks. In the end, McDonald's chose to reduce its losses. The Golden Arches remain, but its cosmic diversion has joined Arch Deluxe and McPizza in the fast food dead. 2. Denny's. Denny's used to represent America's restless roadside spirit as it was open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. But by 2025, it has become a symbol of slow decline. After eliminating 88 stores in 2023, the chain has already announced intentions to close at least 90 more this year, primarily in smaller towns and rural areas where late-night diners traditionally thrived. Food prices are skyrocketing, there are staff shortages, and the night shift is no more. Younger generations aren't looking for pancakes at 2 a.m. They're ordering delivery or skipping breakfast altogether. Denny's failed to react to app-based ordering trends, falling behind competitors in menu innovation. Most closures take place quietly, with shut doors and a "thanks for the memories" letter pinned to the window. In a few cities, franchises are giving way to locally owned restaurants, or even Starbucks. Denny's may still exist in major cities, but the days of the "always open" sign humming beneath the neon sky are vanishing. 3. TGI Friday. Remember when TGI Fridays was the place to go to pregame, relax, or party on a Friday night? Those days are gone. The once booming casual dining franchise has now fallen to just 85 locations in the United States, down from 270 plus just a few years ago. In January 2024, Friday's parent business declared bankruptcy under Chapter 11. While the reorganization provided a short reprieve, 2025 brought the ultimate nail: liquidation. Several businesses closed this summer with no public notice, throwing both employees and customers off guard. After years of falling foot traffic, pricey cocktails, and a dated flair-wearing brand persona, Fridays fell behind in the fast casual arms race. Not even happy hour could redeem it. Some surviving locations are being renamed by local investors, while others remain abandoned, forgotten remnants of a business that once characterized suburban nightlife. For Generation X and Millennials, this marks the end of an era. For Generation Z, it was never even on the radar. 4. Dominoes. Dominoes used to boast about being everywhere, which was true during the outbreak. But 2025 represents a stark new reality. After losing $22 million in the first quarter alone, Domino's announced the closure of over 200 international outlets, including 172 in Japan, where it had previously expanded vigorously. At least 50 outlets in the United States have closed this summer, the majority of which are in overcrowded metro regions where third-party delivery applications have cannibalized profitability. Franchisees claim margins are shrinking as operational needs rise. Even the much-touted 30 minutes or less guarantee has been quietly withdrawn in response to lawsuits and overburdened delivery drivers. Rising cheese prices, unionization demands, and delivery tiredness have harmed what was once the world's fastest-growing pizza brand. Domino's is not going away, but it is certainly diminishing. And with Papa John's and Little Caesars both making dramatic adjustments to survive, the pizza wars could be nearing their final, bloodiest stage. 5. On the Border. For years, On the Border was a family favorite, serving Tex-Mex with hot fajitas and limitless fries. But this summer, the chain is collapsing. According to leaked papers from parent company Argonne Capital Group, more than 77 outlets in 24 states were closed in May and June 2025 alone. What happened? Years of debt, ineffective marketing, and a failure to update menus for health-conscious or plant-based diners. As a result, foot traffic plummeted and franchisees abandoned ship. On the border peaked at around 150 places. Insiders now say it could go below 60 nationally by the end of August. Several real estate agents confirm that former OTB restaurants are being secretly posted as available immediately, primarily in Florida, Texas, and California. Customers are surprised. Employees received as little as 48 hours notice before closures. Loyal customers will miss more than just the fajitas, the ethos of a restaurant that once added flavor and excitement to countless family dinners. 6. Red Robin. Red Robin formerly thrived on its bottomless fries gimmick and stacked gourmet burgers. But in 2025, the meals remain greasy, and the books are even messier. This summer, the group acknowledged a wave of closures aimed at failing sites, primarily in Midwest and Pacific Northwest malls. What's the reason? Declining dine-in culture, a sluggish app deployment, and continuous rise in beef and potato costs. Red Robin's Q2 report indicated a 7.3% reduction in same-store sales compared to the previous year, and several franchisees left citing unsustainable operations. Several locations abruptly closed their doors after Father's Day weekend, leaving families to arrive to locked premises with little warning. Many stores had already decreased personnel and operating hours, but the closures nevertheless surprised employees. The chain is now shifting to smaller express concepts and takeout-only models, but insiders believe it may be too little, too late. Red Robin, formerly a popular birthday destination for families, now appears to be a remnant of informal dining's past. 7. Starbucks. Yes, including Starbucks. The world's largest coffee company is gradually slimming back in the United States, with at least 150 underperforming locations expected to close by autumn 2025. While new establishments develop in fast-growing urban areas, suburban and mall-based cafes are closing. Starbucks touts store optimization and strategic realignment, but sources indicate more serious difficulties, including increased union demands, labor shortages, and drive-through competition. With labor strikes intensifying in more than 20 states, some closures are retaliatory, while others are cost-cutting measures, as foot business shifts to mobile ordering. California and New York are experiencing the most significant layoffs, particularly in neighborhoods where Starbucks faces high commercial rents and new competition from boutique cafes and grab-and-go companies. Starbucks isn't going anywhere in the world, but 2025 will signal a quiet retreat in the American heartland. For some towns, losing their lone Starbucks represents a cultural shift, and for employees, it's yet another reminder that the age of cafe dominance is coming to an end. 8. Hooters. Hooters' restaurant branding dominated headlines for decades, but it is becoming a disadvantage. In July 2025, Hooters announced the immediate closure of 41 locations in Texas, Florida, and Ohio, citing market conditions. Staff received as little as 1 day's notice in some circumstances. Customers walked into empty parking lots and saw permanently closed signs posted to the door. Franchise owners cite declining sales, Gen Z's evolving preferences, and criticism against the brand's outmoded image. Attempts to modernize, such as a failed Hoots spin-off and updated uniforms, had little impact on public opinion. Meanwhile, competitors like Twin Peaks and Tilted Kilt matured faster and gained more committed followers. The wings may still be hot, but Hooters' cultural heat has long subsided. With physical estate being auctioned and lawsuits pending from former employees, 2025 might be the chain's last wing flap before it vanishes into American restaurant history. 9. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box has long been a West Coast favorite for late-night food and bizarre advertisements, but 2025 is proving merciless. In June, the business quietly closed roughly 50 outlets, primarily in smaller California cities, Arizona, and sections of Texas. What's the official line? Operational efficiency. However, franchisees report a different story: pay increases, soaring maintenance costs, and dwindling margins. The chain's push into new markets has also backfired, with several underperforming test locations in the Midwest closing by July. Jack in the Box attempted to rebrand with digital kiosks and menu changes, but but the results have been mixed. Worse, customer complaints about poor service and outmoded furnishings are building up online. The company is counting on a digital-first strategy, emphasizing mobile app ordering and AI-powered kitchen equipment. However, with consumers losing physical locations and employees losing jobs, many are questioning if this is clever innovation or the beginning of the end for Jack. 10. IHOP. The International House of Pancakes, widely known as America's comfort food capital, will close hundreds of outlets this summer. Dine Brands, the parent company, has stated that at least 100 IHOP locations will either not renew their leases or close by the fourth quarter of 2025, especially in remote and low-traffic suburban areas. IHOP's issues are similar to those of other full-service chains: fewer people eating out for breakfast, fierce competition from fast casual brunch locations, and increased expenses for eggs, butter, and syrup. Even the 2024 IHOP Hour remake failed to get the predicted crowd. Several long-standing locations, some active for almost 30 years, have quietly closed in places such as Georgia, Indiana, and Oregon. Customers are seeing fewer hours and skeleton workers at the remaining establishments. IHOP maintains brand value, but it is fighting to remain relevant in a delivery-first, health-conscious world. For the time being, the pancakes remain, but the stack of financial strain may be too tall to bear for much longer.